especially in the evenings when the work is done and the children are sleeping and nothing seems improved over yesterday. It's an unhappy solution to the problem that men and women should take pleasure in the absence of their mates, but here it's a necessary one, for otherwise they would beat and maim and kill one another even more than they do. Du Bois is sitting at a small table in a shadowed corner of the bar, talking slowly in a low voice to a woman in her mid-30s. Her name is Doris Cleave. Twice divorced from brutal young men by the time she was 28, Doris has nursed her hurt ever since with alcohol and the company of men married to someone else. She is confused about where to go, what to do with her life now, and as a result she plays her earlier life, her marriages and divorces over and over again. As in certain country and western records on the jukebox by the door, Doris's past never fails to move her. Except for her slightly underslung jaw, which makes her seem pugnacious, she's a pretty woman and not at all pugnacious. She wears her ash blonde hair short, stylish for Catamount, and dresses in ski sweaters and slacks, as if she thinks she is petite, though in fact she is merely short. In the last few years, she has put on weight mainly because of her drinking, but she hasn't admitted it to herself yet and probably won't until she discovers one morning after she turns 40 that she is a fat woman, as fat as the rest of the women she works with down at the cannery. She has slender wrists, though, and small, delicate hands, which is why she still thinks of herself as petite, and having just lit her cigarette, actually, Bob lit it for her with a flourish of his butane lighter, she jiggles and admires her bracelets while he goes on talking. Bob Du Bois, in most ways, is an ordinary-looking young man. You'd pass him in the Sears tool or sporting goods department without a thought, a tall, bulky workingman in good physical shape. Stiff, short, light brown hair that resists combing, square features, pale blue eyes, small ears, and, because of his size and build, a surprisingly delicate mouth. Bob's face is an easy face to ignore so long as he is ignoring yours. But if he's not ignoring yours, if he's slightly curious about you or attracted, sexually or otherwise, or threatened, his broad face changes and becomes extremely expressive. Bob's face is like an intelligent dog's, unable to hide or effectively disguise his emotions, and it's forced him into being fairly honest. He's learned to disguise his thoughts, of course, his strategies, plans, and fantasies, but not his feelings. He doesn't know this, however, because whenever he looks at himself in a mirror, he seems to have no feelings whatsoever. He wonders what he really looks like. Photographs can't tell him. He looks into a camera lens the same way he looks into a mirror, as if he were an actor portraying a corpse. If he truly were an actor and could portray a living man, then perhaps he would know what he looks like. When he's not trying to act, when he's himself, he has a curious, good-humored, friendly face, or else he shows you a closed, hard, angry face. One or the other, with not much in between. Because this shift from open to closed, from good-humored to angry, from kindly to cruel, is abrupt and is wholly unchecked along the way by degrees of coldness, anger, and so on, the extremes seem extreme indeed, opposites, even though, as Bob himself feels and understands it, the shift from his being a happy man to an unhappy man is one of only slight degree. It's the same regarding his intelligence. That is, how it appears, how it feels to him, and how he understands it. One moment he looks positively brilliant and feels it and believes it. The next moment he looks downright stupid, and he feels and believes he is stupid. The shift, from one to the other, however, seems to him only a matter of degree. Mere inches. "My wife doesn't understand me," he says to Doris Cleave. "You probably don't understand her either." Bob smiles and lights a cigarette. "I don't make enough money." To her, as he says this, Bob looks good-humored, friendly, and smart. Better than anyone else in this place, who is in a bad mood, unfriendly, stupid, or all three. Also, he's handsome, in a way. So, tell me who does, especially at Christmas. You want to hear my problems? She has large, healthy teeth. A fleck of tobacco from her unfiltered cigarette clings to a front tooth, and for an instant, Bob wants to lick it off. "I don't get enough sex," he says. She laughs out loud and looks down at her drink, gin and tonic. As if satisfied, Bob peers across the smoky, crowded room and smiles at no one in particular. Someone has played the Johnny Paycheck song, "Take This Job and Shove It," on the jukebox. And at the chorus, a half-dozen customers join in, singing loudly, happily along, slapping backs and grinning at one another. It's dark outside. Gigantic red and green electric candy canes and wreaths dangle from lamp posts, while shoppers hurry anxiously along the sidewalks from store to store. The snow is falling heavily in fat flakes that turn almost at once to gray slush.